Alright, recording light is on. Game is running. Mouse is still acting up. Alright, looks like we are all set. Just gotta ready up our podcast for the night. An hour and a half, that's not terrible. Okay. Oh, the moon. So after a couple days of just night-ending headaches, back at playing this game. I had sent some cloth over to me, from me. It never arrived, so some lucky person got some cloth. Just going, that's why I felt funny. That's better. Alright, so let's start this. Where are we? We're level 11, right? Yeah, level 11. We have any talent? We used talent already.
Alright, it is Tuesday,
Frost.
March 18th, 2008, and you are listening to the Giant Bombcast.
Okay.
I'm Ryan Davis.
I'm Jeff Gerstmann.
Alright.
Let's get into it, Jeff. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. We just went and got sandwiches.
We just got sandwiches to prepare. It's probably a good idea to get sandwiches to lay down a base for our drink taste testing.
Yes,
Oh,
we have
is it
a double
shorting out?
shot
We do.
of drinks this week.
We'll see how this goes.
I'm pretty
Let's get
scared
started
of
with these
both of them,
quests.
I think.
All right, yeah, we've got two drinks here.
This point,
Let's set this up. Which one do you want to talk
28th
about
at this
first
point?
here?
Well, I think
Well,
we should talk about
28 and 10 minutes.
this one here. This is
I don't know
we
if we're
ordered
gonna
a
be
case
getting
of this on
into,
advice of a ton
Dark
of people
Portal.
in Europe, Scotland,
One time.
around that area, or somewhere that's not inside the U.S.
Scotland seems to be the main place that this is
Scotland's
I don't
popular.
know if I'll
I guess.
level
So
boost
it is
my
Iron Brew.
Spelled
Other character?
IRN-BRU.
probably-
Iron Brew, and it's
probably.
made by Bar.
Yes, original. and
Probably
best, it
not.
says on it.
We'll
And
see how
there's
it goes.
I ordered this case off their website. They actually have
Anyway.
a U.S. operation that
I want to be
is
up for a bit, so I'm gonna drink one of these.
Yeah, I noticed it has all like the U.S. nutritional facts and
Yeah.
California
They
redemption
sent
value.
this sticker along with it that kind of bothers me. It's a picture. It's pretty typical. It's a picture of old white dude smoking a pipe, couple of dogs, rich guy near the fireplace, and then the quote
Alright,
is, "I
here we
love
are.
Iron Brew, and so do my bitches." Get it? Because they're dogs.
Oh,
Get dogs. Get it?
edgy.
It's selecting up.
Yeah.
Well, delightful. So it's.
Might
I want to
move
describe
it
this drink
behind the
in
monitor
color.
instead
is
of this
a-
monitor.
Terrifying orange, like a kind of
the rest
neon
of it?
lit. It
I
looks
don't
like
know.
some sort of coolant. It looks like I should pour this into
It's
my
not there yet.
car.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't look quite like orange soda, does it?
No, it's kind of it's too clear.
right.
Like I can see through it too much, and it has almost like a viscous quality. Like there's like if you swish it around a little bit in the bottle,
Mad viscous.
it is mad viscous. It's a little looks a little juicy. All right, let's crack these bottles open and get into
Now
this.
I'm actually
now,
curious
I've heard-
because
Like, everyone who recommended this also
I did turn
said,
down the
"You'll love it. It's terrible." So
sound,
All right,
See how this-
crack that open.
so hopefully it won't be too bad. I'll
how's that
see
working
how
out
it
for you?
sounds after.
Oh, I'm not even having.
wow.
I don't even
I'll
have it
probably
here
do
right
it
now, so
tomorrow.
get a little-
Still have to go to
little
the
waft. All right, first smell,
vitamin-y
whoa. What is this?
bubble gum.
bubble gum.
Bubble
Yeah,
gum
bubble gum for
is
sure.
the scent I'm getting out of that. All right,
Wow.
let's give this a go, Jeff.
It's just a ship?
This tastes like
Dude, that's
soda.
cool.
Yeah, this tastes like bubblegum soda as far as I'm concerned. The bottle says it's citrus, but that is a lie.
This
I don't-
tastes like bubble gum soda.
Arcanon Poros.
We are on
Okay,
board
yeah.
with Iron
Dude,
Brew.
awesome. This
You-
tastes
Good health.
You bought a
Long
case of
life.
bubblegum soda, Jeff. Good job.
and it's orange for a reason.
So I wonder if that means that oranges
There we
taste
go.
like bubblegum in
In
Scotland.
Yeah, that would explain why GTA is the way it is.
Absolutely. All right. I'm going to keep drinking this because this is pretty good.
Yeah, we can get to the second drink later. let's just savor these. Talk
The
about
legion's end.
Yeah, I hear
draws
it's
near.
in Scotland. It's a good
Melts are level
hangover
4, right?
cure. This is used a lot for that, and then also
Goat Rage.
on the other end of that fence, it's also used as a mixer.
Yeah.
So this will lead to bad things, I'm sure.
Great. Yeah, we have
It's
a whole
crazy
case of it.
trusting
So
something
that's
like this.
yeah,
So
we'll
to not
something
drain
similar.
eye other way.
Like drink 'em.
Just remember this kid.
Also,
will
I
never
love
make
that
it.
right here on the.
And
So it's
Vargas.
with iron. You would think. My understanding is that
okay,
this
I'll
was
have the
some
guts.
sort of
I guess I'll have to
health
humor him
sports
for the time.
drink, or had some
Speak
kind
to,
of stuff in it
Oh, really?
Orcon.
because it's
I
'cause it
guess
says
I'll
iron.
crossing.
And also, I thought I remember reading that somewhere. But right here on the front,
Okay.
Do
not
not
a
lose
significant
faith.
source of iron.
How much is this? How much are these elks?
Good fortune.
Well, that's good to
So
know.
they talk, like they say
9.
made from girders,
Level 30.
Yeah.
but there's no iron in it.
Oh no, it has
Dion
5%
Saka.
iron.
That's right.
Well, it's-
Maybe in
apparently it's not. That's
classic
not.
it
Apparently,
is,
5% is
but
not a
it's
significant
segment
source.
Well,
Sorry,
that's or
TBC.
5% of your daily value
31 gold.
of iron. So
That sounds pretty significant.
You have to drink 20 of these.
That thing's
to
at
get all the iron you needed.
540
They only have
gold.
16, so
Well, 14
Boy.
now.
damn it. Give me the rest of that one.
No.
So I can drink them all and get my iron for the day.
Just eat your Flintstones chewables, Jeff.
All right, fine.
Get your iron from there. All right, let's. You want to talk about the world of games? You want to talk about what we're playing right now?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I just finished up Lost via Domus
Watch
for
this
the
one
Xbox
be a
360. Wrote a review of it. You can find it on the
browsing
site.
Uh-huh.
That's true,
Not
but-
great
Yeah.
at
Right.
all.
Yeah.
Best thing I can say about it is it's mad easy points. If you're a points kind of guy.
Yeah, and you slid this game my way, where it sits now with CSI, which I'm currently playing,
Sure.
and Jumper, which I have not started on yet.
Oh yeah, I gotta stop giving
So
you
what happens
points
if I go
games.
this way?
I'm
Do I
gonna
get
start
out?
Play them immediately.
Oh, I'm gonna play them.
Okay.
You've passed me too many all at once.
True.
So I need to make that happen. But
Ease off on that. So yeah, the Lost game. It's kind of stupid because it's all about this character they made up, and they just kind of like throw him into the story.
The hell?
Right.
It's a
So,
level
like,
60
what if there
kitty.
was another guy and he was a photographer?
I mean, I can understand why they would have to
okay.
do that because, like, just the mythology
cave
is so
over there.
tight
I'll
with the
probably go there
characters,
later.
like the core characters on the show.
That they couldn't just go off in some
What's
weird
this?
Yeah,
direction.
you couldn't just like, all right, here are the other adventures of Jack because you pretty much see everything Jack's doing. Which also makes it weird for whenever your character interacts with other characters because you're like, wait, how come I never heard about any of this stuff if it's happening right in the middle of all the high drama of the
Open
show?
your heart to the
That'll
light.
be explained
Or
next season, bro.
I'm sure I
Like,
can go find a Lost
Where's that
Wiki
gonna take me?
entry somewhere.
Oh,
that
is
shows
that
how
how
it
getting
evolves
here?
years in and
They
says-
should have made this game
Hmm.
where you play as the smoke monster. You should just play as the smoke monster.
That would be pretty good. I will say the smoke monster doesn't look bad, and neither does the jungle.
Smoke monster. I've never seen Lost. I don't intend to start watching it.
Yeah, then you're going to be so totally confused by this game because it is made for people who watch a lot of Lost. Like, there will be little cues. You'll see something like, oh, okay, there was that explosion just then, which is when they were blowing open the hatch, which means that this is where you are in the storyline. But since they never say anything explicitly, you'll have
I
no
tried
idea, like,
watching
why was there
Lost. I
just
think
that
I watched
explosion?
3
I don't know.
seasons.
So
I
it's
think I remember the
in that
hatch
regard,
being blown.
totally exclusionary.
Well, that's kind of cool. I
think
think that
Charlie
there's something
did
to be
it?
said
Oh,
for
God.
making a
What?
product that is that goes off the deep end and is explicitly for a certain audience,
There we
rather
go.
than doing all the hand holding
Need a
and
new
saying like,
mouse.
"Well, this just happened,"
I've
and
gone
just
through 3 of them
explaining
already.
every single thing to death, which tends to alienate the people that are super fans of everything. I mean, the only people that are going to play a Lost game are people that know what the hell's going on with Lost.
Yeah, I guess that's not my primary issue with it. It's just more.
It's just that
It's not that good.
Yeah.
It's like they have some good ideas. It's like, okay, we'll have this puzzle solving stuff, and we'll have this part where you have to run from the smoke monster, and we'll have you go through caves.
Smoke monster. I just love the idea of a smoke monster. Like this whole show, like hearing you describe the show to me.
Yeah.
Over the past day or so, it just sounds like someone took like season 2 of Twin Peaks off the deep end and just is now just inventing a billion different things that have no hope of ever wrapping up in a satisfactory fashion.
That's kind of my sensation of it. Like in the past 2 seasons, it's definitely turned into that, which is disappointing because after the first season, like the producers came out and said, yeah, we're not going to fall into the X-Files trap of building up all this mythology without ever explaining anything.
Yeah, and then you
And
told
then
me that there's a guy who's invisible on the show.
It's
and I'm like, what the hell?
And it's like they're just throwing every single like
Naru
just
have
played
not
out
forgotten.
sci-fi thing. It's like, oh, there's magic,
What?
or there's that guy has telepathy, or there's time travel, or ooh, magnetic fields, and like ooh,
Magnetic fields are real, man. I'm sorry to have to spring that on you, but those
they're
actually
not.
happen.
No, it's a myth.
That's
It's a myth perpetuated by scientists.
that's the smoke monsters at the North Pole right now.
Actually, yeah, and they in the show they do stuff like they'll cut away to
What?
the North Pole and there's something happening there, and then they'll cut away to the desert and you'll see like something that relates to the island, and it's like, ooh, what does that mean? I don't know, because you never tell me, Lost. Thanks. I actually got into several heated arguments about this recently with some of our engineers and even my roommate.
Oh yeah.
They're like, no, what are you talking about? It's gonna. I'm like, no, dude, this is just gonna.
Whatever.
It's just a toy.
Keep going up its own butt. And it'll never. There's no way. They have so many weird loose ends that there is absolutely no way that show is going to wrap up satisfactorily. So, but yeah,
I will never know.
You'll never know, and I'll watch it and I'll go, meh, I was right, or I'll be wrong. I would love to be wrong about this. I'd love to have J.J. Abrams say, all right, check it out, dude.
This is what we were thinking all along.
We were thinking this all along. I mean, supposedly they came up with like a Bible of what their major plot points were going to be at the beginning of the show, and like how that would run over a 6-season run for the show. But I don't know. I just don't know.
What is this? What is
the
the smoke monster?
We don't know. We don't know.
Right.
It's a monster. Like for the first season, they showed people looking at the monster without showing it, and they showed like from the monster's perspective. And then whenever anyone would ask, "What did you see?" no one would answer. That's the thing that makes me most. That's the thing that makes me most crazy about that show is no one ever talks to each other, and when they do, they speak in ellipses. They always leave out the most important pieces of information. So it's like
watching The Wonder Years without the narration.
So,
like that video. Yeah.
So if two people are talking, they'll both know what they're talking about, but they won't include the viewer because they'll leave out the bits like, "Ooh, I wonder what they're talking about." And it's just, I feel like that show just jerks you around nonstop.
Yeah.
As does the game, so in that regard, it's perfect.
I guess, yeah.
So that's what I've been playing. I'm also playing more Condemned 2, which is wicked awesome. Yesterday, you got to see me put a dude's head into a giant pneumatic press.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Squish
then you turned the wheel, and dude's head exploded from being crushed in a damn press.
And people curse really well in that game.
Yeah, a lot of that good kind of muttering, like really angry sound.
Is there a dungeon over
it's
here?
the kind of swearing where it's barely words, where they're just so into cursing and being angry at that moment, which is really satisfying. So I'm still enjoying that a fair deal. And so Jeff, yesterday you got Rainbow Six Vegas 2.
Vegas 2.
Auction House. No.
Las Vegas.
Oh, the second Vegas.
Vegas. Yeah. This is the latest Tom Clancy game. Everyone loves those damn Tom Clancy's.
Especially Tom Clancy and his paychecks. I'm
right.
sure he goes, wow, I'm great. So glad they put my name on this one.
Yeah, but totally. Rainbow Six Vegas, the original game, a lot of people loved it.
Yeah.
This game doesn't seem like it strays too far from the course of the first game. Obviously, it's a different story.
Learn it because I
have
to.
The Pyrenees, which is pretty funny because that's not at all Vegas.
Yeah, no. During like the first 2 levels, I just kept yelling at you. That's not Vegas.
Yeah,
I need
like,
to
no,
know.
it's near the dam. Outside of it, it's near.
This is definitely not Vegas. You're lying to me.
Yeah,
Rainbow
you,
Six.
You play as this dude Bishop, who's kind of coming out of retirement to lead this squad. And yeah, like pretty much right off the bat, there's like you're chasing after some dudes and some chemical weapons involved, and it goes from there. I'm somewhere. I guess I'm at the start of Act 3, and that's not meaning the final third of the game. It's just that they call every mission an act.
Okay.
And there are different scenes in the act.
So this does not follow the 3-act structure?
Right, not at all. But it was weird seeing, like, Act 3, like, oh, I must be nearly done. Oh, wait. This is where I get my revenge and win. It's cool. It seems... I need to go back to the first game and play it some more to kind of verify this, but I really get the feeling that they streamlined some of the stuff with the controls and basically made it a little bit easier to kind of pick up and shoot. It's not the easy kind of Call of Duty real basic shooter.
Okay.
It is still a more tactical game, a slower paced game.
Sure. Which you're having to adjust to because you're used to just walking into rooms and smoking dudes.
Yeah, I want to walk into a room and shoot dudes in the face. And the game actually is pretty forgiving on a lot of stuff, cases like that, where you can just kind of go ahead and shoot a lot of guys. It definitely has those kind of higher action moments where you do get to shoot a lot of guys in a very short period of time and not really think too much about the tactics. But then there are cases where you want to slow it down, and you're rolling with a pair of guys that you can order around, and you have them stack up against doors and have them breach doors with flashbangs or grenades or different ways that they can run into a room and clear it of enemies.
Yeah.
And that's all pretty satisfying. It has the same kind of snake cam thing where you're sticking cameras under the door and tagging enemies so that when they do breach, they shoot the guys that are pointed at the hostages they're trying to save, as opposed to just some guy who's smoking off in the corner or something like that.
So it sounds like they're just kind of continuing to streamline the Rainbow Six tactical experience, because the very first Rainbow Six game was crazy.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I think Graw was the first. Actually, you know what? Graw was the
Moth
first game
Keeper,
with
what?
Tom Clancy's name on it that I thought was
You
really
wish
good.
to buy?
Yeah.
I don't care about Splinter Cell. Never have. All those Rainbow Six games, all that stuff. Is
I liked
like
the last Splinter Cell
Favor the
game.
road traveled
I
by
thought that one was
few.
pretty good.
that was the first one I tried to play since like the second one, and
Yeah.
and I liked some of the multiplayer stuff in that game, but still didn't finish it. Didn't want to. Just lost interest about maybe halfway through the campaign.
But so this may be the another Tom Clancy game that you approve of.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much where it's at. The Vegas series and the Graw series are the Tom Clancy games for the rest of us. In
Fantastic.
some sense. You know, some of the early word on the game that people have been putting out there is saying that
What are
this
these?
is Rainbow Six Vegas 1.5, not Rainbow Six Vegas 2. Saying that the graphics haven't improved that much, which they really
Hello?
haven't.
It still looks nice,
But
though.
it's still, it looks pretty good. And
You look weird.
I look
Okay.
weird in the game.
PvP, I assume.
It has
Sounds
that
like
same
mine.
kind of camera feature where you can scan your head in.
Keep your feet
Little
on
face
the
mapping
ground.
for you.
Yeah, and you were saying it looks like if I was in an action movie and they made an action figure out of it,
Yeah.
a crappy action figure.
It's a little too plasticky, and it's like I can see what they were
Enchanting.
trying to do. They were trying to make it look like Jeff, but not quite.
Yeah,
This is what happens when you don't let Todd McFarlane
No,
make your
pick up a
action
knife.
figures
exactly.
with his stunning realism.
My ears are not that big.
Yeah, it made your ears crazy big,
Yeah,
but and then also your hairline was really far back, which is really
I
weird.
think that's just maybe I didn't. Maybe it's because I stopped the picture at the top of my forehead as opposed to scanning in all of my hair. I don't know what
Oh.
you're supposed to do. If you're supposed to where
Okay.
where you're supposed to stop. It wasn't really clear at what it defined as the
Greetings,
top of my
Mage.
head.
MD.
So,
Combination
I
officer
don't know.
acting
and I
on
also
behalf of
noticed when you're doing
Deathstar.
face scanning, it didn't
This
really give you a lot of
module
options as
assists
far as like
adventurers
looking
with
at different
seed
angles of your
lines,
dude, so that was a
combinations
little bit
against-
difficult to get it.
That's PvP, I think.
Yeah,
except
yeah,
that's
yeah.
in different
There's a lot of
ways.
weird little stuff like that, like kind of fit and finish things that you would expect from a sequel.
It's 10 out 1.
Where you know
Okay.
when you get out of a ranked match, or if you're trying to join a game that has already started and you can't join it,
Yeah,
it dumps you all the way back out to the main menu.
that's just weird.
Yeah, as
usability
opposed to
issues.
as opposed to like jumping you back into the all right. Well, I guess I'll find another game then. And when a ranked game ends, it drops you out and says your connection to the host has been lost. And then you hit A on that, and another screen comes up and says you can't keep playing with the same people in ranked games because then you could cheat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Effectively, and it's just
I
like,
assume
it's
these are
weird
like
that,
PvP
it
tokens.
seems like they just added that in at the last minute, like to get people to
Bag
realize why
vendor,
it kicks
what?
them out to the main menu.
All
Right.
prices
But it just
here are
shouldn't. It
reasonable.
should kick you back to the join another game screen, so you can just kind of keep going.
Well, there you go. There's your immediate impressions. There's also you have a first impressions of
12
the game
slot
up on the
bags,
site.
so
Yes.
I would need
Giantbomb.com.
2, 3,
Oh,
4,
is that
5,
what's
45
called?
gold.
Your
Our
days
website.
belong
We have a
and your
website.
heart
Thanks for plugging your website on my show.
Sorry, dude.
While we're on the topic of Rainbow Six Vegas 2, let's talk about the sweet Comcast map.
Right. Yeah. Well, there is some weird
Still recording
advertising
good.
stuff
Whoa.
in there. You go through a
Wow.
convention center that's covered with MLG logos.
That had some aftertaste.
The Major League Gaming.
Yes,
I guess.
I'm familiar with them.
Those pro gamer types. So there's that in there, and then also there's on the menu screen there's something that says like
Freeze.
Comcast Extras, and if you go to that screen and type in Comcast Faster, 2 words, capital letters on Comcast and Faster, it unlocks a map called like Comcast Event, and it looks like it's just like the same convention like event center level or whatever, but with more Comcast logos.
Advertising.
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of filthy.
Why is that an unlockable if it's just the same damn thing?
And it's for the same reason that Burnout has a Circuit City car. In it,
That's
you
true.
know, it's that same type of deal.
Blah. So
I
there's
think
that if you want to get your
he's
your
the guy
Comcast event
from
map. And you got your Rainbow
Draenor.
Six Vegas 2. That's how you
I
do it.
think-
Type that in, it'll unlock it, and then you can play as that in Terrorist Hunt and online and all that other stuff. The game has I think the cool part for that game is it has co-op throughout, like Terrorist Hunt, also the storyline, and I guess it actually has the full storyline this time.
Okay,
as
PvP
opposed to cutting out
guys.
cutscenes like the first one did. Our garbage bag.
Our garbage bag just fell.
More
We had
PvP
a
guys.
garbage bag. Okay, we don't have
What's
garbage
on
cans
your
in this
mind?
office yet.
Yeah,
We're
well-
supposed to get them.
We'll do some video in a little bit to show people.
Watch, get her back.
Yeah,
Whoa,
yeah.
what?
We'll just shoot a video so you can
Portal?
kind of see how we're podcasting, and we actually have most of our new podcast equipment. We're just missing a few key pieces of it, so we're still using the old stuff.
Yep. So expect next week's show to sound maybe better. Hopefully.
Hopefully. Better.
So
We spent all this damn money.
Like $1,200 on
professions,
mixers
and PvP.
Yeah, so we had a garbage bag threaded through the
Traders obviously selling.
circuit breaker box. There's a little loop on it, so
Yeah.
I kind of pulled some of the bag through there, and it just fell out because I think that means it's full.
It's too heavy.
Yeah.
I just put like a half-empty drink in there, so that means that there's now
Herbalism,
potentially drinks sloshing around in that
alchemy.
bag.
Cool.
Whatever.
So moving on from Rainbow Six Vegas 2 and garbage, you want to talk about our next drink?
Come up here, get out of there.
You're still enjoying the Iron Brew.
I'm still enjoying the Iron Brew.
You can keep riding that. You have we have way too many drinks on our
Yeah,
our
I've got
desks.
like a half-empty root beer over here that I had as kind
Whoa.
of like my backup drink in case.
Man,
one of
this
the
bottom
drinks is awful.
Yeah,
Bit.
which so far going pretty
It's
good.
rough.
Although, I don't know. I've gotten
Wow, that's
maybe like
tastes
halfway down
terrible.
to the label on this bottle, and I'm not sure that I can drink a lot of this at once.
Yeah, it's a little.
should probably gotten some
It's maybe
water
a
with
little
it.
much
Yeah.
on the Iron Brew. You want to talk about our second drink now?
Sure. Yeah. Let's go ahead and have 3 open drinks over here. Let's
Yeah.
do that.
Let's make that happen. I've got 2 going as well, so let's up the ante.
Passion fruit, pineapple, ginger, vitamins B12 and C, and guarana. Those are all the things on the top of this can.
Where are you? Alchemy Spice.
So I'll let you set this one up since again you were the point of contact on this.
Right. It also says
Okay.
"Get it on" down here by the ingredients, which
Where are you?
I've been known to get it
Oh.
on, and I enjoy it.
Well, Jeff, let's get it on.
Okay. Wait. I don't think that
Good
means what you
health,
think it
Let's
long
get it
life.
on.
No. This is Mojo Energy Drink
Morlocks.
from the people at
Murdochs.
Mojo Sciences in Los Angeles. And actually, so we got 2 cases of this stuff from Mojo Sciences. They heard that we were talking drinks.
Okay.
Yep.
And the president of the company wrote and said, "Hey, I want to send you a couple cases." I said, "Hell yes," and it showed up yesterday. So here we are.
So Jeff, I think this is the sign for me that we've made it. This is really
Yeah,
this is
like
really it.
We'll find
starting to
some
get
pictures.
free games in the mail again, like Condemned in Vegas. Like that was sign number 1, but this is
Much
where the rubber hits the road, baby.
This is a way better sign. Getting people coming to us, wanting us to taste their drinks
Okay.
and then talk about them.
Okay, so I'm gonna
And I
call this
want
root
to
beer.
preface this by saying I feel no obligation to be overly positive about
May
this.
you
I'm going to put the
find what
same
you seek.
harsh
I don't
critical
have
eye
to
towards
go.
this that I have.
That's
put
right.
there.
We take
Ronaldo
these
have
drink
not
tastings very
forgotten
seriously.
us.
Attempting to sway us with free drinks. Not we
That's not
would
gonna
have bought this drink eventually.
Indeed.
So-
All right, so crack it. All right, give it a scent, a little smell.
There we go.
Okay. Citrusy.
Is there anything else out
Yeah.
here? No, just those guys. That's what
Smells a
cuts.
little dangerous, also.
Maybe like a squirt, but yeah.
This.
It smells like something that would have liquor in it.
Or would
Or
be
could
used,
have liquor
or
in it.
would be used to clean automotive parts. Kinda
No, I know my solvents.
But this blacksmith.
I know
Okay.
very well what solvents smell like. This does not smell like. A
All right, well, this
solvent.
smells like Gojo orange.
Cleaner. Yeah.
Cleaner.
It's got a refreshing. All right, here we go.
Whoa!
Whoa!
I'm gonna say immediately the ginger
Tastes like a Chinese restaurant.
is very prominent in the flavor.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm getting a very strong kind of ginger beer.
And is that why I immediately equated this to eating Chinese food?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably. I'm gonna give it another go here.
I see what they were going for.
Not great. At least it doesn't have kind of like it doesn't really give you a nasty aftertaste. It gives you everything that it's got
Yeah,
right
everything
up
is
front.
right up. Yeah. It
Like
just
here-
punches you in the face and then says like, "All right,
Warrior.
It lets you know what it's all about right up
Warrior.
front.
cool." Yeah.
Road. Is that it?
It's kind of weird how it disappears so quickly. Like
Yeah.
you taste it, and you're like, whoa, that's crazy. What
And,
happened?
like every time I take another sip, it's like a surprise all over again. Like, whoa!
it's like you
This
forgot.
still tastes like that.
Like I forgot what it tasted like.
Don't die. Don't die.
I'm not really. Well, yeah, I don't know. It's.
All right, let's get out of
I'm
here.
not really into it. I don't know. It's definitely different.
It's different. This does not taste like any other energy beverage that I've had, and I've
Yeah.
had my fair share.
I'm not really tasting the pineapple
Or the passion fruit. I feel like the
or the vitamins B12 and C. Definitely not tasting the B12. No.
The ginger, I think,
I didn't
is
find any
a pretty
quests.
Oh, it's on
Surprisingly.
there.
way forward.
The ginger gets
It's-
right up on top of you.
This is very
So-
fruit forward.
For sure.
Get out of here.
The
Go
heady nose, nice earthy finish.
this direction. It's not gonna be north.
Oaky.
Oaky scents and hints of tobacco and cherry.
Notes of, yeah.
Go this.
But yeah, so if you like ginger,
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, like, yeah, if you're into, like, a ginger beer or
Mm.
Chinese beer, I guess.
I guess, yeah, and you want to be reminded of
I'll
that
drink
while
some
you're
squirt.
trying to stay up late, check out Mojo Energy Drink.
Oh,
I
wait,
guess we
there's
should
more
start
down
the rest
here.
of this and see how the energy portion works by the end of the show. We should know.
No.
Well, whatever.
All right, Jeff, you can do that. I will, in the meantime, look at what our next topic will be. All right, what else do we want to talk about here? Oh, while we're talking about games,
I don't want to drink this drink anymore.
You want to talk about Space Invader?
Yeah, totally. There's a video on the YouTube,
Uh-huh.
which is a site on the internet.
Oh, the World Wide Web.
Right, that's the one. Where you can watch videos, and there's a video up
Oh.
for Space Invaders Extreme, which looks
I'm never
awesome.
getting this
It looks
flavor
like
again.
Someone took Space Invaders and crossed it with Luminous.
Yeah, like it's got like a kind of a rhythm-based thing to it, and it's a lot faster than old school Space Invader.
Dude,
Yeah,
how
and it looks
deep's
like it's
this
just
hole
constantly
go?
changing up and has like crazy color
There
cycling
you go.
background madness. So we ordered a copy of that, waiting for that to show up. I think that's gonna probably end up. That's
What's
out on
this?
PSP and DS. I think that's gonna end up being our first bit of PSP coverage, unless something happens
Oh,
between
what's this?
us ordering it and it showing up.
Right, which is the reason why there is not yet a PSP tab on the site for people who are wondering.
This
Right,
thing's
we
almost
We don't
73.
have
Holy
tabs on the site
cow.
for platforms we have not yet covered, because if you
Auros.
clicked on a PSP
Okay.
tab right now, you wouldn't get
It
anything.
would just be busted.
Yeah, it would just be, oh, what? What are you talking about?
It's just it's been funny like as
I
we've
know
been
there's
adding those
a-
tabs like
Another
people have
thing
been,
that looks like
we've
this.
basically been shutting people up every time. You're
It's like
"Why do you
good,
have a
and then you
Wii
fight
tab?
it.
You guys hate the Wii. You guys hate the Wii, huh?
Okay.
It's like, no, we just haven't written the
save
Smash
some
Brothers
time.
review yet, and now there's a Wii tab.
I don't
there you go.
think.
And
It was
reviewed
great when we
Professor
first
Layton,
started.
and and now we have a DS tab.
When we first started, it was
There was any quest for me to
PC,
take here,
arcade,
so I'm just gonna go to the center.
Xbox 360.
And
go.
arcade is still up there, which I think is hilarious.
Well, you keep talking about the damn Street Fighter 4, so
Right, it's actually it's more relevant now than it's been in a very long time.
and you got shut down on your dream of buying an arcade board. Thank God.
Yeah,
What are those
yeah.
codes?
I was
Flip
actually
it
very
around.
close to just writing a rebuttal to your post saying, "Dude, what? No, that is a poor expenditure of
Right.
company money.
No, I probably
So
would have.
there.
I don't think I would have put that on the company.
It would
I
have been
think
poor
I probably
expenditure
would've-
of your money.
Yeah,
also.
I think I would have spent my money on it.
You were sitting there, oh, why did I do this?
But so NCS
It's too far
posted an offering saying that they were taking pre-orders for Street Fighter 4 kits. And these aren't the full cabinets; it's just the boards.
Oh,
and
man,
basically the
Street
innards of
Fighter
Street Fighter
4.
4 machine. And they were selling
That
it
was
for
a
about
game.
$2,500,
Like,
2,600
100%.
bucks. And they would, I guess it's going to ship in late August, August 20th.
I'm out of range.
And so I posted a story to the site on Friday, just saying like,
I
"Dude,
need to get closer.
who's with me? We're getting Street Fighter!" Ow! And Sean upstairs posted a comment saying, "Dude, can't we just expense this? Let's just do it." And I was like, "Yeah, we should do it. Let's just do it." And then like by the next day, NCS had posted something saying like, "Sorry, our supplier was misinformed. These are actually only to be sold in kits of 4.
So you can only buy 4.
So if we wanted to buy 4
one or
Street
two
Fighter
more
machines,
gulps.
we could probably do that."
You could have
Shoot.
the Northern California distribution
There
for
we go.
Street Fighter 4 machines on lock.
That wasn't that bad.
Yeah. You want a Street Fighter? So I guess
Oh,
maybe,
shoot, I
if
forgot to get 'em.
NCS can still get these from these suppliers, you could probably write them and ask. Maybe you and 3 other friends could go in and each buy a Street Fighter 4 kit.
It's too
Oh,
far
I
away.
hope no one has 3 friends like that.
Oh, I wish I had friends like that.
I hope that doesn't exist anywhere.
That's the easiest way to spend a lot of money on dumb things is to have friends that are with you in doing it. I mean, that's
What?
You push each other into.
Oh,
let's
you can
do
just
this. Yeah, let's
fail
do
at
it.
skinning?
Yeah,
Let's go get sidekicks. Like when we went and got sidekicks.
Whoa.
When the sidekicks first came out, or like when I bought my my Sony Airboard, my future TV, my wireless TV.
Yeah,
That was all
Didn't know you
because
could
we
fail
were
skinning.
in Japan, and I was with Amir,
yeah.
and we were both just like, "Yeah, dude, we're so gonna go get those tomorrow. Let's go." And we went, and I was like filling out the paperwork for mine, and I turned to him and go like, "All right, dude," and he's like, "Yeah."
Oh, he punked you out.
It's like, "Oh, dude."
You got faced. That's a burn right there.
He had to buy his car. He just bought his car. Some excuse.
Well,
I don't know.
that's fair.
And then, of
But
course, they came out with a better airboard like 3 months later. I was like, But it actually gets a lot of use.
But he shouldn't have goosed you like that. That's
I know.
unfair.
Yes, it was way uncool.
Like, I'll do that. I'll tell you, dude, yeah, go do it. But I'm not going to try and fake like I'm going to do it with you.
I think he was. I think he was just. He thought that we would both forget, or I don't know what he thought. We'll get him on here when we get the rest of our equipment. We will get a phone interview with EALA's own Amira Johnny and figure out
say, hey, dude,
what
the
exactly
hell?
went down, man.
Clear up the
We had a
controversy.
pact in Ike's apartment, man.
If that doesn't mean something, what does in this
Exactly.
crazy
I want
world?
to get closer.
Well, I'll tell you something that does make sense, Jeff. Is
What's that?
free downloadable content for Burnout Paradise.
Yeah.
So everyone's favorite insane
Whoa.
Englishman, Alex Ward,
Yeah.
creative director at Criterion.
That was actually a
creators
good
of
podcast, too,
Burnout, has
the,
come out and said, we're gonna
Burnout,
put out
just
some
the
expansions,
updates.
including a couple of islands of actual new.
I wonder if those are
territory
archived
for
somewhere.
gratis.
There's a big chunk of water in that game.
Yeah.
And you could they're gonna fill that up.
Yeah,
with
what do I
some
need here? I
islands
need
and stuff.
And they're going to do that for free, which is totally
Ravager
cool. They had mentioned
Heights.
before that they were going to try and have some free DLC,
Yeah.
and it's good to see. That then they're from there came the question when they're talking about having some paid, some free. It's like, okay, if it's going to be like locations are paid, then is that going to mess up the online? Like, how is that going to affect? Is that going to affect who you can join with? Is that going to splinter the market?
Right. Will they just be like, if you don't have it, will you drive up to the island and just see a big gate that says "No, dude, pay us"?
And then you see your other players magically flying through the gate when they go.
Yeah.
'cause
Or
they
if
have-
I got
you're
skin
playing
again.
with someone if the host bought it, then you can drive on it, but you have to download it every time like an Uno deck.
but a non-issue apparently because
Right,
they're
because it's all
going to
gonna
give
be
it out.
free. And this is starting to make all the stuff about requiring a hard drive for online play a lot clearer.
Sure.
Um,
Sure. Yeah.
You can only play the online stuff, I guess, if you
I'm
have a
out
hard
of
drive.
range.
On the 360 version, of course.
It's too
and
far
people
away.
We're kind of up in arms about that.
That's still recharging.
I didn't really get too up in arms about it because if
That
you're
spell
serious
isn't
enough to want
ready
to play a lot of online, you were probably serious enough to buy the
I
360.
can't do that yet.
Agreed.
So
That
there's that, and then you can
ability
imagine
isn't
them
ready
maybe just charging for cars.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the speculation.
Oh, you
Cars
can't
and
wander
challenges.
move.
I
Interesting.
assume
I
they will
can't
have
cast that
downloadable
yet.
challenge packs because one of the,
Didn't know
the
that.
achievement for completing challenges references
excluding DLC.
excluding DLC. So that was something that when they wrote those, they were at least thinking, hey, we could have challenges for online content, which I think would be great on account of I've already finished all 350 challenges.
I'm very close to being done with Burnout Paradise. I still have a few gates and jumps.
I think
and
that I'm
challenges.
actually at this point. I still
I gonna
have maybe
stack?
40 races to go to get my elite license, but I think at this point I'm just going to wait for the download
Cool.
stuff
Can I
to
do
come
one
out
more?
and then go back to it and do all that stuff.
So Alex Ward also does
Great.
officially say that
I
it's
don't
not
have
all
a
going to be
target.
free, but he doesn't really expand on that much. So people are speculating that that'll be these other
That the
things.
cars will be paid.
Like they'll-
and,
charge for cars and challenges, but we'll see about that. And we still don't have any sort of release information about that. But
Yeah, the weird stuff, the whole downloadable content, free versus paid thing is really kind of crazy because you have companies that keep kind of coming out, like Valve came out and said, we would love it if all of the Orange Box content was free to download on consoles, but Sony and Microsoft have a say in that decision,
Not ready yet.
and it's kind of on them.
right,
And it's I don't know, it's kind of a little messed up of Valve,
would be
but
stealing.
great in the long run that they came out and said that because it really does put the onus on Sony and Microsoft to say like,
Oh,
hey,
look at
do
that.
you want
This
to
guy's level 10.
do what the developer wants to do and actually
Oh,
do
can
this
I
for
just
free,
skin
or
this?
are you going to cover your bandwidth costs
Yes.
that you will have to pay to distribute this content and charge for it? And that's kind of the holdup is that they have to host those files on their servers and
Right.
pay for that bandwidth, so it is costing them money to distribute
That
free
ability
content.
isn't
So
ready yet.
if they want to,
though then theoretically isn't stuff like that supposed to be covered with my annual Xbox Live
right?
fee?
Yeah, you would think
Okay,
at least
so
on
it's
the
definitely
Xbox
better than
side
Melee
that
for
would
now.
cover it. Though silver members can download that stuff, so maybe that's where they could have the split, like it's free download for gold members, but not for silver. That seems like that seems reasonably fair. That
Sure.
seems like a good benefit for the people that are paying.
Says the guys who have gold accounts.
Right. I'd be down with that.
If it's free for me, that sounds great.
I have 2 gold accounts. Do I get it free twice?
I guess you could.
Yeah.
Well, I guess moving on from here, we talked a little bit about Street Fighter 4 before. I briefly want to mention they have released some information about some of the new fighters, some of their new abilities.
And also El Fuerte.
Yeah, the crazy Mexican wrestler, which
Who's also
I hated that character.
which you're into, and I think couldn't be more played out. So I feel like having the luchador, adding him to your game is like the desperate
As
thing
Viper
that it
was
seems like
worse,
all
though.
fighting games late in their lives are doing.
Cool,
Like
but
Virtua Fighter 5 had Rey Mysterio Jr. in it,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Yeah, I just think he's a good-looking character, and I think that it could be he could have interesting moves in that kind of 2D fighter, Street Fighter context.
I guess it's just kind of an archetype that I feel is quickly becoming played out.
I can't
I
do that.
think you're.
Okay, fair enough.
That
But I
spell
did want to
isn't
mention
regular.
out of this that they have mentioned some of the new characters' moves, and Crimson Viper has a move
That's the
called
lady.
that's
Sea
the lady,
Viper.
called the
Okay.
Thunder Knuckle.
I had a bad case of Thunder Knuckle
I'm out
last
of
summer.
range.
It laid you up pretty bad.
Yeah, like I was holed up in my house for a couple weeks. I had to go get some penicillin shots. Cleared it right up.
The device in her glove emits a powerful electric shock as Viper charges forward. The jab version
The
of this move.
device in her glove.
Yeah.
What are we like trying to explain how Street Fighter works now?
Midichlorians are how she uses.
How does Ken throw a fireball?
with Wu-Tang magic
Okay,
or Shaolin magic, I guess.
Shotokan magic, dude. Totally different.
Right. So yeah, apparently she has a device.
Dude, that's I don't know about that. I don't know about
Controversial.
women with devices.
Are women even allowed to have devices? I don't know.
Apparently, in the world of Street Fighter. And then the other guy's
Still
Abel.
recharging.
Right. And
And
what's
he-
his? He's like a
He's
mixed
like
martial
a,
artist.
He's like a dude.
I think he's.
Hakan
your
was
Chuck
in the second
Liddell.
release, yeah.
He's the Iceman, Chuck Liddell.
And yeah,
I don't know.
Both of those just like the luchador and the MMO guy or the MMA guy.
Right, yeah. MMO guy would be way funnier though. It's just like a guy in an office chair that just keeps emitting strange smells.
Ugh. Stay away from the MMO guy.
He charges down then up, and it just makes a horrible noise.
But I don't know. Like having your UFC guy in your fighting game is like, look, this is what's happening in the world of fighting today.
Yeah. Abel and Crimson Viper gave me a real just SMK vibe.
Yeah, no,
Looking at their
Crimson
design.
Viper especially.
Yeah, they just look like
I just thought, oh, it's King.
like, oh, am I gonna be able? Yeah, right. Am I gonna like finish her with a fireball and then it's gonna bust her shirt open? Does that work like that? They should totally just do that. They should straight up just bite that off of Art of Fighting. Art of Fighting?
I don't.
Fatal
You're
Fury.
the SNK fighting guy. Isn't that all SNK fighting games?
Yeah, pretty much.
And as another minor aside here, what's that?
My mind cannot differentiate between Art of Fighting and Fatal Fury anymore. I can't remember which one King is in. Because of King of Fighters, mashing them all together, I can't.
Right. I just think of her as being from
King of Fighters.
King of Fighters.
Right. Well, they all came from somewhere.
Did they? Aren't there a bunch of characters that only show
I
up?
guess now. Yeah. Fine. Okay, all the ones that matter. From
But even in the
before.
2D ones, weren't some of them
Well,
like
they're all still
like
2D ones.
Goose Howard?
No, Geese is from Fatal Fury.
Okay.
Goose.
Goose Howard.
Good old, your favorite fighters like Goose Howard, Barry Bogard.
Coming soon from SKN.
We got all the hits here.
Still recording.
So they're
Quack
making
King.
they're making a Prince of Persia film, Jeff.
Great, more movies about games. I can't wait.
Jerry Bruckheimer.
Oh well, if Jay Bruck's involved, then I'm in because when they cut to commercial, it'll go. Zup.
He's behind the wheel, and I guess there was the IESB.net had they got their hands on a worldwide casting survey. People trying to figure out who they want to have be the Prince Destan in the movie.
Edward Norton.
And apparently the
How do I
guy,
get here?
That both international and U.S. audiences overwhelmingly voted for was David K. Zandi, a motion picture executive, actor, champion equestrian, model, and honest-to-goodness Persian prince. And I'm looking at a picture of him right here, and it said that he beat out, Cillian Murphy and Orlando Bloom and Zac Efron. Why was anyone considering Zac Efron for that role? That's like the worst.
Oh, I don't know.
It's like the stupidest casting you could possibly have.
Yeah. Well, Orlando
He'd need a
Bloom
lot more.
sucks.
He'd need a lot more fake tan to pull it off, though.
Yeah.
But This guy totally. This is probably the most authentic looking Prince of Persia that I could hope to see in that film. So I hope that they do go in that direction, or they go with Zac Efron. I hope they either go totally authentic or just like, hey, check it out, we're Hollywood.
Right, yeah. Check it out, we're crapping all over something you like yet again.
Enjoy.
Please come see it. Please don't download this movie.
All right, next up on my list of fun stories that I like, which is pretty much what the show is all about, apparently.
Yeah.
Namco Bandai is bringing Mr. Driller to Xbox Live Arcade. Yeah! I am excited about that because I love me some Mr. Driller.
I love me some Mr. Driller, but I have to say I'm kind of over it.
Really?
Kind of want to go skiing. I don't know. It's a Mr. Driller. It's what
I mean, it's still going to be the same. Although
it's going to be the same.
This is now online.
Okay.
And in HD. That's high definition.
Oh.
High def.
Well, if it's high def,
it's high
Mr.
def.
Driller, and high def Dig Dug in Mr. Driller.
Yeah, and in this like picture of the title screen, there is totally a little anime Dig Dug hanging out in the background.
Oh shoot!
What
I haven't been skinning, have I? I have been skinning.
No, his actual name is something else. It's like a play on words in Japanese.
Right. That they think is hysterical that we just go, it don't make no sense. Just call him Dig Dug, man.
His name's Dig Dug, right?
Come on, man. Dig Dug. Call him Dig Dugger. You spell Doug with an O-U in it instead of just a U. It's Dig Dug. Dig Douglas.
I sure do dig Dug.
Me too, man. That guy can party. One
yeah.
time, man, we went out. Damn. Woke up in jail.
I guess it's been long enough since I've played a Mr. Driller game that I'm just happy to have a new excuse to play more Mr. Driller.
Yeah, I have my Dreamcast hooked up. I hooked it up recently, so actually, straight up.
You have a Mr. Driller device.
Yeah, I have a Mr. Driller friendly device. And they did that, like, there's a
Damn,
DS
no.
game, wasn't it?
Yeah,
What happened to
definitely
you?
a GBA game.
4 years ago.
Right.
Yeah, they definitely
Back in
have.
the 70s, they made some Mr. Driller
That
stuff.
ability isn't ready yet.
Yeah, I think my problem with Mr. Driller is that I really, really loved the first game, and then they just have remade it over and over again since. Like, none of the changes they've made.
It's perfect.
It is.
Because you can't beat 100%, Jeff.
I guess you're right. I guess that makes sense.
Just follow that
it's math,
line of logic.
So, all right, fine. But that doesn't mean
Well, it's coming out in Japan sometime this spring, so I imagine it'll hit U.S. Xbox Live Arcade at some point thereafter.
Kind of a bummer week for Xbox Live Arcade.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit.
Doom and Assault Heroes are being cut from 800 points to 400 points, which is great if you didn't buy Doom or Assault Heroes.
But we did. So it's a bummer for us. So yeah, let's wind that back. It's not a bummer week for Xbox Live Arcade. It's a bummer week for us for Xbox Live Arcade.
Dude,
I think
look at this guy.
I don't
70?
I like. See, this is interesting to me because I wondered this from the start. Whether they were going to start reducing the prices of back catalog.
So what is
stuff
this up
because,
here?
The logic.
Oh,
of
so that's
the
the
retail environment is to get stuff off
Night
the
Elf
shelves.
area, right?
There's
Yeah.
Theoretically, unlimited
virtual
So
shells.
she just built soon if I go
unlimited virtual shelf space
here.
on Xbox Live Arcade. They could just keep everything up for as long as they want, and they could
That's what I
sell it
assume.
for however much they want to.
Yeah.
And
It's
I
probably
guess
a
they're
fairy.
experimenting with trying to goose sales on older products. And dude, $5 for that version of Doom and $5 for Assault Heroes is rad.
Yeah, those are both solid games. Assault Heroes is awesome.
Assault Heroes,
and they're
is
working
really
on a
good.
sequel to Assault Heroes, which I'm pretty happy about.
Absolutely.
Because I could use a good dual joystick shooter after playing so much Rocket Man.
Which was not a great dual joystick shooter.
No.
You'll give that an anaconda.
I'll give that a snake wrapped around a croissant, preventing you from getting at the croissant out of 5.
Or is the croissant keeping you from getting the snake? Think about it. Think about it.
That doesn't make any sense.
What if I want the snake and I'm allergic to croissant, which is
If you're allergic to croissants, go outside and blow your brains out.
you have to do it outside.
Yeah, because I don't want to clean up in
What's
here.
I guess it would be kind of messy.
Yeah,
Couldn't use this chair again after that.
yeah. Well,
Okay.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind too much.
Assume it's part of a quest.
So yeah, that's nothing new coming out on Xbox Live Arcade this
Yeah,
week.
and there was another interesting story I saw about it was one of the firms that are developing for WiiWare complaining about Xbox Live Arcade, just saying that it's full of S.
It's full of that ish.
Yeah, that because of all the crap games on Xbox Live Arcade, that he didn't want to make more games for that because it would just get buried under mountains of retro stuff.
I guess the problem I have with that argument is, what about all of the virtual console stuff on the Wii? Is that not exactly the same thing?
Dude, it's a separate button.
it's just a
okay?
bridge?
Oh, okay.
There's a WiiWare button and a virtual console button. So it's totally different.
That's a weak.
I
read the same thing. Of these guys
Looks like
talking
it's
about
just
it.
a bridge,
I
yeah.
feel like there are other things bothering this guy about Xbox Live Arcade development beyond
right.
this. That he's not being
It's similar to
explicit
the
about.
argument, or some of the stuff that Jeff Minter was saying in the wake of Space Giraffe.
All right, I
where
gotta
he
get.
was just super distraught. He was updating this blog, and he
Yeah.
since stopped updating, I think, where he was just like totally couldn't come to grips with the concept that Frogger outsold Space Giraffe. That this remake of Frogger, this emulated
have to go
version
to
of
XNR.
Frogger outsold his original new game.
And not even particularly well emulated.
Right, yeah, that it wasn't like
version.
it was not a great version of Frogger. Though, I mean, you can make the argument that a large chunk of his game is Tempest.
Sure. It's a Tempest 2000 remake.
But also that Space Giraffe is completely impenetrable to anyone who isn't crazy. I love Space Giraffe.
Yeah, it's a little tough. I have not played a lot of Space Giraffe. I guess Space Giraffe is a game that I respect.
Yeah.
But
No, I respect and love it. But at the same time, if you came to me and said,
Nothing
"Hey, dude,
here.
Frogger outsold Space Giraffe," I'd be like, "Well, yeah, no kidding." It's because people get Frogger. So I think that really, if developers are having these sorts of problems and can't cope with the concept of 20-year-old arcade games outselling them, then maybe they need to look into getting the word out about their games a little bit better online and in print or something like that. Because, I mean, the coverage of upcoming Xbox Live Arcade games has been pretty abysmal because a lot of that stuff isn't made available to the press beforehand. And also, and just
So
the
kill
nature,
all
I
the
think
Murlocs.
more developers need to get on Microsoft about having a really good schedule for games. I have to imagine that they cut these prices and are doing this week because something fell through. There was probably some game they originally had scheduled and went, oh wait, crap, that game totally failed cert. Well, we could do this price drop we were thinking about. Like, I wouldn't be surprised
Oh
if that
shit,
was the case.
it's ranged.
So it's just like storing up all that stuff and making it a more reliable channel that you can easily, so you can promote these games ahead of time to the audience and say, hey, guess what? Space Giraffe or whatever game is coming out
Just took
3
one of
weeks
you?
from now. Here's a video of it you can download. Here's some more information about it. Then you wouldn't have these situations where cool games like Undertow don't sell anything because no one has any idea what Undertow is. You tell someone, hey dude, Frogger's out. They go, oh, Frogger, I remember that. I'll totally pay $5 for it. You tell them, there's this game Undertow, and I don't know, it's underwater.
So if you come at me with your downloadable game that I've never heard of before from a developer that no one's ever heard of
Wow,
before,
that
Right.
without
That was
much
lucky.
of a, kind of marketing or advertising push. Although again, these are games that are often being published and
All
produced by
right.
people who don't have budgets for that kind of stuff.
Right,
Still
and I think
gotta kill
that's something that
Murlocs.
Microsoft has to get better at.
Yeah.
Because they take a chunk of these sales. It's in their best interest to make sure that these games do well, especially in cases where they're only available via Xbox Live Arcade. Because that helps sell the service to people, helps people understand why they want an Xbox 360. Or, I think the same goes for Sony. They just don't have as big of a catalog, but they're going to have the same problem. They have their Mortal Kombat 2s and their Cuberts and all that. I think that it's just a matter of figuring out a way to get out in front of people and showing them these games before they come out and letting them prepare themselves for the game's release. Instead of just like the day before or 2 days before going, hey, Bliss Island's coming out. What's Bliss Island? Dude, I don't know. Fuzzy something. Puzzle. $10.
The more I think about this, and that was $5. The more I think about
That's still
this,
too expensive.
the more ridiculous it is to me that people are basically complaining. There's too much competition.
It's like, yeah,
I can't sell.
what?
I can't sell well because there are too many other things out there for people to buy.
It's like, what do you think WiiWare is going to look like
I'm
6
sorry.
months from now, or 6 months after it's released? Guess what?
I don't mean to be a jerk about it, but poor baby. To deal with the open market system.
Yeah.
While we're on the topic of Xbox Live Arcade, one of my personal favorite XBLA
Oh, no.
releases from last year, Puzzle Quest,
Every time.
Quest, in effect.
Challenge of the Warlords, is getting an expansion pack. That is an Xbox Live Arcade game. Now we've seen like
Undertow, some kind of expansion pretty recently.
content packs,
That spell
new
isn't
vehicles
regular.
or levels or
I can't cast
multiplayer
that
stuff for various Xbox Live Arcade games. But I think this is the first occurrence of an actual
Undertow. Undertow.
So this is the first time that this has ever
Holy
happened.
cow.
Except for Undertow.
It's kind of interesting. It's groundbreaking of them to, try this
that's
to be the
gonna
first
be
ones
annoying.
out there. It's pretty daring.
You mean Undertow?
No, I'm talking about Puzzle Quest.
Is there something I
I'm
need
sorry,
to
what were
do?
you talking about?
Undertow. There was an expansion for the Undertow.
Was there? Well, I'm not excited about Undertow.
You just gotta drop it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm excited
It's
about
2D underwater battlefield.
Well,
dude.
here's my question: did the people who make Undertow allow players to name the expansion pack?
No, they didn't.
Well, burn on them, because that's what the folks that are making the Puzzle Quest expansion are doing. They're saying, hey, the story is basically revolving around Lord Bane's brother, Antharg, the Lord of the Plague, and he's going to come after you for killing his bro. And so that's going to be a little more puzzling action
No.
for you if you're
So
ready to
then
wrap that up.
so they give you those tidbits of information and want you to come up with a name for the expansion. And you're going to submit this somehow to them for prizes, for cash and prizes?
Puzzle-quest.com.
That's still recharging.
You can go there and submit your suggestion. Jeff, do you have anything off the top of your head?
Plague Lords!
That's pretty good. I like it. Lord of the Plague.
Yeah, because he's a Lord of the Plague, so Plague Lord.
Plague Lords.
Or Onset of the Plague.
I can't do that yet.
That sounds
ability
uncomfortable.
Plague Masters. Masters of Terras Kasi.
Oh my god.
Perfect. I love it.
Puzzle Quest, Masters of Terras Kasi.
So yeah, so don't send it into them. Send it into us.
Send it to us, and then we'll send it to
And
them.
we'll pick the best ones from those ones, and then we'll
submit
send
them with our names on them and see if we can win.
Yeah. So that's pretty awesome. Jeff, did you see that they have
Dude.
in Japan they have
It's
revealed
almost taken me out 3 times.
color for the MGS4 PlayStation 3?
Steel.
It looks kind of like black.
Yeah.
It just kind of looks like a washed out version of the current PlayStation
It's like a
3.
more of
I'm
a
out of
flat
range.
black.
Yeah.
If you were gonna spray it down with cans of Krylon.
Let's see here, and they also did some pricing here. Woo. In Japan, according to Famitsu, the regular version of Metal Gear Solid 4 will retail for 8,800 yen, approximately $91 US.
Please don't spawn.
Yeah, that's Japanese game pricing is kind of funny that way. When they know that people will pay it, they charge it.
They're not all.
I was totally ready for you to say 9,800 yen for that.
Oh no,
actually.
special edition is 9,800.
Sure.
And the big bundle will go for 51,800, approximately $534, which I think is not a bad price for a PS3 plus the game.
Yeah. And that's a DualShock.
Yeah, I guess
controller.
by then it's gonna be a DualShock. That's not bad.
Oh, dude, come on. That ain't
I
right.
guess I would have expected maybe
Art
camo.
book. Yeah, camo would have been. Camo was a big part of MGS3.
True. But this is all
in that
that
era.
Mana is
So
low.
that's well, they can't make an active camo.
Not ready
Why
yet.
not?
Because active
That
camo doesn't
ability
work.
isn't ready yet.
They can't do it. They do it, but
Oh god.
even in
Miss.
Japan- I gotta say, the energy-giving properties of this
The Mojo.
Mojo
Are you
work.
feeling it? Although you're drinking both that and the Iron Brew kind of concurrently.
I don't think the Iron
Okay,
Brew actually has
it's
anything
right here.
energizing in
It's
it.
got
I think
caffeine.
it's just caffeine. Not that does anything to me anymore. Whatever receptors in my
man.
mind that are supposed to work when caffeine hits them have been corroded over.
Oh, so there were some rumors about this last week, and I guess now it's been
Scuttlebutt.
internet buzzing. There's some buzz.
There was some buzz, some smoke on the streets, the internet streets.
Yes. That Prey 2.
Oh, awesome!
Prey 2. That everyone's second favorite Native American first-person shooter series is back.
What's our first favorite?
Turok.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Right. Oh, right. That is. Yeah. Yeah. Sequel to Prey. Maybe it'll take them like 9 years to make this one too.
No, but see, Human Head's doing it from the start, so
Oh.
they don't have.
They
the
gave it to
problem
people
of-
that know how to ship games right away.
Yeah.
Way to go.
So we'll see here.
And is 2K involved in that? Like, no, right? This whole Radar, this new company that Scott Miller started up. It's like their thing.
Yeah, Radar Group is.
Why
is
can't it
the
be
one who
Polymorph?
made Human Head, the guys who made I guess finished the first Prey.
Right.
Alright, just
Our
thrust
developer.
Are
bolter.
developing it. You're gonna play as Tommy
That's the
again.
plan.
The Native American warrior who saved Earth from alien invasion and prey. This time abandoned and framed for the disappearance of his family and girlfriend. Tommy escapes an Earth that no longer wants him, for a future that cannot survive without him.
It's
Man,
too far away.
that game takes itself mad serious.
I need to
Yeah,
get
and it's goofy. Well, I don't know. The first one was goofy.
This
as
first
hell.
one was pretty goofy. With
Yeah.
silly gravity twists.
Like, I don't want to talk too much crap about Prey because it's not
That spell is
it's not a bad game.
It's not bad.
Prey was not bad, but
No, son. I don't want any of that
I
right
could
now.
go the rest of my life
Oh,
without seeing
God.
a sequel
Keep
to
going.
Prey, and I think
Although,
I feel
you know,
alright about it.
again, maybe Human Head getting to, take a crack at this from scratch. Maybe they'll
Right.
do more interesting stuff with like the Portal stuff.
Right, and we are living in a post-portal world.
True.
Prey did
Take
have
one
these
here, but
portals that would occasionally,
I'm
like
too
there was
low on
one
mana
portal
to
right at the
play
beginning of the
around with
game
the
that
other one.
teleported you inside this
I
tiny
need to target something first.
sphere
What's
that
that?
was encased in glass. So it was like it totally changed your size
Oh,
and everything,
mother-
and teleported you down into this little box.
Right.
And then you teleported out of it, and it was like the coolest thing in the whole game. And it happened right off the bat, and they never did anything like that again.
So yeah, in this regard, Portal has
No,
definitely
you're
upped
right.
the ante
Good.
for these kinds of gameplay mechanics.
Yeah, I think that the Human Head should just license the Source Engine, and they should totally give Tommy a portal gun and make the portal with guns thing that Half-Life 2 Episode 3 is going to end up being.
Is that that's your guess?
Oh, for sure.
Did you
Did
The game
finish
that never came
Episode
out?
2?
No.
I need a target.
Okay. Well, don't say anything else, jerk. I haven't gotten to. Dude, I never even finished the original damn Half-Life 2. So
I hadn't either until right
Whoa.
before Orange Box came out because I knew I was going to have to review that, and
Yeah.
then it wouldn't do me well to have actually finished the other ones.
might help.
Never finished Half-Life 1.
Interesting.
Really? Well,
Did I
yeah.
just lose internet?
I can't really
Not
fault.
a huge fan.
I can't fault you
Yeah.
for. I mean, yeah. Basically, the end of that game is a massive bummer.
What?
Yeah.
I actually once I
I went and watched it.
Once I
on the
get
internet.
once I go to Alien Town, I turn on all
Oh,
the
that's a
cheats to
shame.
Get through it. And it's like I don't
want to do
I don't care about this stuff.
Let me
This
check
is-
my
this
internet
is-
real quick.
I was having so much more fun when I was fighting teams of tactical soldiers and
tactics.
using tactics. So that's Prey, I guess. Are we still talking about Prey? No, we're done. We're done talking about Prey. Let's talk about Guitar Hero, Beatles edition.
Yeah.
Spell that out down.
Where did this story come
So
from?
this
There's like
comes
someone
from
on the Beatles side of
The
business.
LA Times reported that Sony ATV CEO Marty Bandler was basically saying that they've talked about getting the Beatles into Guitar Hero and something that they want to pursue, which kind of makes it sound
Is it my
like
internet
the ball
that's
is in
messed
Activision's
up?
court in that
Let's go.
regard.
I think at
Oh,
that point
it
you
is
say,
me.
okay.
Which is crazy to me because the Beatles and or whoever the license holders for that stuff have been very tight with any sort of online distribution.
Right.
You can't buy Beatles songs anything other than I believe 45s.
All
You
right.
gotta- You have to have a record player.
Exactly.
Pause this.
To listen.
I have a record player.
Have,
For
have some sort of
now.
turntable.
Yeah. Or 8-track. I think they made some 8-tracks.
They may have done a couple.
Yeah,
Shame.
those
Only
are all
great-
promo only though.
Great, greatest hit promo only radio stations.
White label.
There's that. Reload this. And pause here. All right, we're back. Looks like our modem decided to take a little bit of a nap, so we gave it a couple of minutes and we're good to go. As expected, I think we. What's this? Anyway, as expected, I was probably in the middle of multiple songs and they murdered me. Luckily, it wasn't too far from here. Oh, interesting. So, probably that wolf cat dude killed me since I thought it was closer to the beach. But it's fine. Let's try to get this quest done so I can call it a night. Let's listen to our show. There we go.
That's and
Dutch 12-inch.
and as much yang as we talked about Guitar Hero Aerosmith
Good,
and
yeah.
about how
Yeah.
the single band music game concept is ridiculous and would never work. I think this is probably one of the rare instances where I looked at it and said, "Oh, yeah, totally. I would go and buy this game if this had, songs from throughout the Beatles catalog." Because I feel like they specifically cover such a range of different, like their sound just changes so much from over the course of 10, 15 years.
But at the same time, like this just makes me think, I really don't want a Guitar Hero Beatles game.
Right.
I want a Rock Band Beatles game because there are 4 Beatles, and Rock Band is a 4-player game.
True.
Each one could be one of them.
True.
Perfect. Done. Ship it.
Yeah.
But then
Check
there was
recording.
the kind of
Yeah, we're
rumor
good.
going around in light of the Aerosmith thing that they would be coming
I
out
need to
with
get
other
closer.
peripherals to allow that sort of thing for Guitar Hero, which I think at that point the name Guitar Hero really doesn't make any sense.
I feel like Activision is going to have to respond to the multi-instrument game that Harmonix brought with Rock Band.
Guitar Hero is still selling so well, I don't really think that they have to respond to anything.
No,
except
dude.
for
Well, they have to be seeing like all of the
Mind
DLC
share.
money.
Yeah, that's true.
Happening, and then also in Mindshare, it's
Mindshare.
people like you and me are sitting here saying Rock Band good, Guitar Hero bad,
Right.
which is not entirely
That's
true.
still
I play
recharging.
Guitar Hero. I would still play this
can't
game,
pass that
even if I
yet.
would prefer a Beatles tracks in Rock Band instead. Any other bands you would play a single band
Like a single game from? I mean, not.
I could go for a Led
She's a toughie.
Zeppelin game. I know you're not. You
Sure.
You don't always like to get the lead out.
7 o'clock on the bone. Time to get the lead out.
Okay. This
yeah,
gives me
I-
what?
you know-
2 Stamina, 2
No,
Spirit. So that's
most of
additional.
the groups, most of the artists out there that I have
Breakdown, right?
a deep love of their entire catalog, I don't think would fit into this.
How about a Ween?
I'm out of range.
Guitar Hero
that
game.
might be okay, but only if it came with like a voice changer microphone. So you could do
That's all
little
built into,
daisies
like-
properly.
into, like,
I guess it is. Yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff.
It's all software. So yeah, I don't know. It should give you extra points if you can actually sing like that. Though.
Imagine playing Roses Are Free, Guitar Hero.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah, man.
That'd be a good one.
There's just Ween in there.
Just throw some Ween in there.
Ween,
people.
yeah, because it's like they have the country. They put out their country album.
Yeah, that's-
They have all the weird old lo-fi crazy stuff.
Yeah.
They have all the weird ridiculous musicianship late model stuff.
Oh yeah, all their weird lengthy.
All the weird
improvised solo.
no, by the way, we totally know how to play these
That
instruments. We just
ability
weren't
isn't
playing
ready
them
yet.
very well before.
Here, check out this 20-minute version of this song now.
But they should come out with a new microphone controller that is a gas mask, and it should come with a Scotch guard.
Yeah, absolutely. Good for kids.
Good for kids.
Oh, finally.
You know,
one.
for kids.
Um,
Yeah, Ween would be a good one, but I was gonna say like they might be giants. I think that
That wouldn't be bad.
I think that they would fit into some kind of video game well,
Sure.
but so much
It's too
of
far
their
away.
older stuff is not so guitar driven
True.
that I don't know that would be a really great fit.
I
And
guess-
then the
I
rest of
guess-
it, like I think that someone should make an Ice Cube game. I just don't think it should be a music game. I think it'd just be Ice Cube, 2D side scroller, him walking to the right, busting people's asses.
Sure. I'm sure Ice Cube would like that as well.
Yeah. I don't care if it's a Flash game or whatever. I just want Ice Cube. Like Ice Cube has new album. His new album's coming out in June.
Drop it in June.
The time is right for an Ice Cube Flash game where he walks to the right and busts people's asses.
I like it. Like Shaq Fu.
Like Shaq Fu, but instead of a basketball,
Not ready yet.
It's a Raiders
just
hat.
his damn fists. And Keith David is in it
Oh
as
God.
the narrator.
That spell isn't ready yet.
Keith David should be in everything.
So I think that's where the music game
I need more
music
mana.
genre needs to figure out
Oh,
how to
come
do
on.
rap.
I can't use that
Alex
item yet.
Rogopoulos of Harmonix kind of came out and said, yeah, you can't really do that in Rock Band so well because it's the same drum loop. It's like a 16-bar drum loop if you're lucky, but it's more likely a 2 or a 4-bar loop.
Yeah.
No one wants to play that for 2.5, 3 minutes.
Yeah. I guess in that regard. Although.
And you can't really play the guitars. I mean, you could,
okay, 1 out
but
of
that's
5.
just totally contrived at that point.
I guess the thing is that I don't have an issue
Oh, man.
with using the guitar controller to
Not
play
play.
instruments that aren't guitars. Like if there's a synth line,
This is
Right.
rough.
I'd happily play. I mean, like they did the freeze pop stuff they did in the
Alright, let's
past.
roll.
But those, I mean, they like Freeze Pop went back and did more rocky
And
versions of those
personally,
songs.
I don't think they needed to.
I don't.
I would have
I
gladly
prefer the
played.
originals myself too, but
I would gladly pretend that I'm using a keytar, which pretty much I am anyways.
Yeah, right.
It's just shaped more like a
They need a
guitar.
French house music game.
Yes.
Totally.
Yes.
Like there should just be a Daft Punk game that is part music game, part
Parts.
robots with their faces, with their fake human faces melting off.
Robots driving across the country in silence.
Yes. Dude, that would be an awesome game. Just dead silence.
Electroma game.
Just one synth note for like an hour and a half for this whole level.
I can't cast that.
Just like that.
Yes.
Them driving silently.
And then one of them kills the other one just to set him free. And then the game ends, dude.
Fantastic.
I want a Justice game.
Someone make these things happen for us. We decree them to be
Yeah.
so.
Or at the very least, someone make a futuristic racing game and put all that music in it. I would settle for that. What are the Crystal Method doing? Where are they?
I think they're in Las Vegas doing crystal meth.
Jerks.
Well, can we talk about this? We'll be down there soon.
Actually, that was the story I wanted to talk about. If you go to noob.com, Noob.com, Ed Boon or someone involved with Mortal Kombat, let's just say Ed Boon because it's probably Ed Boon, has been running that site for years.
Yeah.
And if you go there right now, there's a countdown. And are you looking that up? How much left on the countdown?
I wasn't, but here,
Oh.
I'll do that anyways. You keep talking.
Oh yeah, so they have a countdown, and there is a Mortal Kombat logo as part of the countdown. So people have been thinking, is this going to be a countdown to the announcement of the next Mortal Kombat game? Yes, basically yes. Midway's having an event in Vegas that is going to coincide with the expiration of this countdown.
30 days, 1 hour, 15 minutes, and 6 seconds. 5 seconds. It just keeps going down.
All right, well,
but that's roughly where we're at. So,
Yeah,
and
so
that's a month from now, which is about when the thing
which is about when there's a Midway thing out in Vegas that they're inviting the press to, and GiantBomb.com will be there.
We'll be there to provide coverage.
Yes,
of some kind.
And I'm looking forward to this.
Interesting.
You're actually, I'm not so much, but you are a huge fan of the MK.
Yeah.
I like Ed Boon. I think more than I like MK.
That guy is awesome.
That guy is solid.
So enthusiastic.
That guy is legit. He does not have any of like the weird game designer pretentiousness. He's
Right. He's like the fighting game designer that you can believe in, because he's the guy who will tell you, I think Tekken's pretty
I
good.
need to get closer.
It's like Itagaki, where he just comes out and says, I
That
think
spell
Tekken is
isn't
crap.
ready yet.
Dead Alive 4, that's a fighting game.
Yeah, he's not all ego. He
Right.
seems like he's the dude that was whatever. He was
Okay,
making
dude.
pinball machines before he was doing this. So he's got history.
Yeah, that's I mean,
Back when dudes were doing this were like engineers and mechanics.
I have a huge soft spot for Midway.
Yeah.
I have for a long time, because they have this huge arcade history. Like, some of the greatest games ever made have come out from Midway or Williams before they were using the Midway name. Just stuff like Defender and Robotron, just like this Eugene Jarvis, just all this early stuff. Awesome. Spy Hunter, technically a Midway product. Joust.
Those
Yeah,
guys
like,
were
a
nice.
lot of Bubbles, just
What's
like
that?
all these great arcade classics.
Shit.
Right.
And then, when everything shifted over to consoles, and Midway was on top of the world. They had NBA Jam, they had the Mortal Kombat games. Then like MK4 came out, and then consoles started really
If she
taking
spawns,
away from
I'm
the
screwed.
arcade business. And just-
It seemed like it was
Don't
really
spawn.
like the 3D shift.
right,
Like
yeah.
they try, like there are some early 3D Midway arcade games.
the Grid.
Ugh,
Alright, what's
the
this?
Grid.
Grid's not so bad.
Yes.
Another
I don't
Ed
want
Boon
this.
Um,
First
But,
dignity, you cover
yeah, I
piece
don't know.
of,
Midway kind of lost its way
curve.
when they got out of the arcade business, and it's like they're
Well,
always on the verge of finding it.
They
They're
have-
always on the verge of getting there,
I
and then it's
agree.
like, well,
Cool. Yeah, I want that.
like, yeah, Stranglehold sold okay, and I don't really like it so much. And
They have flashes. And I can understand why you want to keep believing in them. I get that.
yeah, and then I imagine we'll be seeing more on their TNA wrestling game, which I hear is fast,
Yeah.
which is something that I
It's
think
too far
would
away.
really benefit a wrestling game right about now, because all
they're
those
pretty
damn
plodding.
THQ games are just so slow.
Well, we'll have all sorts of fun stuff from Vegas next month. When they drop all this at the event. So look forward to that.
Yeah,
Let's talk about new releases.
let's. Hot Shots, didn't that come out this week? Hot Shots Golf?
Well, I'm going through the list. Give me a second here. Well, obviously, Rainbow Six Vegas 2 came out.
Right, yeah, that's out.
That's out. And I guess Condemned 2 for the PS3 comes out this week.
Yeah, they staggered that a little bit. 360 was last week, PS3 this week. Why? Who knows?
Oh, there's the MGS Essential Collection for the PlayStation 2. You're right, Hot Shots Golf out of bounds for the PlayStation 3.
Sweet.
More Hot Shots for you.
Yeah.
We should get that.
Yeah, we should.
Uh,
You like yourself some video game golf?
I like some video game golf. I have not been hot on the Hot Shots for a while because I felt like the last few games they kind of were just treading water a little too much.
I can't do that yet.
This one then. 'Cause,
Dude,
played the
get
demo
out.
That came out like 8 months ago. It seemed like it was kind of the same thing. But that was just a demo. Maybe it's great.
I
Well,
hate her so
from what I've
much.
seen of it, it seems like they are kind of embracing the multiple shot
Every time I
styles.
fight her, it's at the worst time.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
it's not all just 3-button click stuff.
Right. Yeah. You can do. Yeah.
Which I guess,
yes.
yeah, basically the Tiger Woods games kind of spoiled me on, having more nuance in the action.
Right.
Not that the 3-button style is
good.
bad, it's just I kind of got tired of it.
Yeah.
So that's out. What else? We said Rainbow Six Vegas 2 already. And we should get this too. Sega's Superstars Tennis.
Right.
Hit for a variety of like every damn thing. So I can go play tennis as Samba de Amigo.
Yes.
Or Amigo?
Amigo.
As Amigo.
Yeah.
Not as the dance.
And Ulala's in it.
Yeah. And Knight.
Oh shit.
Knights.
Yeah.
Dude, is his name just Knights?
Don't know.
All right. Fantastic. Pretty good.
Can you play as a car from Daytona?
God, I hope so.
She always
They
comes
need to
out
do a
at
Simple
the worst
Fighters
time.
mix is what they need to do. Just
Miss.
take the VF5 engine and fill it full of
Out of
crazy
range.
again.
Good.
That's but those are this week's major releases. It seems. That's
All right, 2 to go.
Yeah.
a few good stuff. Let's track down some Hot Shots. Let's track down some Sega
For
tennis.
sure. Yeah. Some Sega tennis.
I'm interested in those.
You're a golf and tennis kind of guy.
I am. I'm not a big sports game fan, but I like the odd sports. Like if a volleyball game comes out, I'm all over that.
Uh-huh.
Go, yes. Volleyball, please.
Little super
I
spike.
need to get closer.
Yeah, absolutely. V-ball. So that's it for new releases for this week. We covered topics. Do you want to jump into emails?
Yeah, let's take some questions.
Let's take some
That's
questions,
really
folks.
charging.
Folks at home, if you want to write in and have your question read on the podcast, just write into bombcast@giantbomb.com.
That's right.
Dude, why did she spawn?
Bombcast@giantbomb.com. Any
It's
comments?
Should be
bombcast.
at range.
Any,
Shit.
com-
Yeah, I'm good.
comments or questions or anything of that regard?
Chasing?
Send
Just
in there
chasing,
and,
okay.
Yeah, then we'll
I
read it
shouldn't
and
be
go,
in
"Oh, we're not
range."
gonna read that on the air. That's crazy, and then delete it. So,
These people are out their minds.
all right, our first question comes in from Quentin in Weehawken,
have
New
a target.
Jersey, and he wants to know. He's been hearing probably the same buzzy rumors that you and I have about.
He's got his ear to the ground.
About how now that the HD DVD is dead
2
and
more
gone,
of these.
that is Microsoft going to start talking to Sony about getting a Blu-ray drive attachment for the 360? Would they ever ship? Is their next system, would they have a Blu-ray player in it? It's I guess it's an evocative question because it kind of makes that weird crossing of the line for this whole console
like
war
Sony
thing.
just being a bunch of different businesses and having a bunch of different parts to it. And Microsoft
I'm out
being
of
the same.
range.
Okay, I do get
Well,
experience
I think
for
this
her,
is
right?
partially fueled by Sony kind of come out and saying we've been talking to Microsoft about Blu-ray possibilities, but they've been talking to Microsoft, not necessarily to the Xbox division.
Right. And there's a lot of parts of Sony that could be talking to a lot of parts of Microsoft.
Right. Right. So Aaron Greenberg,
just
who
got
works
experience
specifically on
plus
Xbox,
intellect,
kind of
that's
came
one
out and
mana.
said, "No, we haven't talked to anybody at Sony about a Blu-ray drive for the 360. I don't know. You guys are crazy."
Wait,
In my opinion, is that
has that been there
that
the
they
entire time?
shouldn't, then that it would be ridiculous for them to.
I
to do
hate
this.
Oh, I think
Thanks.
they should totally do it.
All Microsoft has been doing with Xbox Marketplace these days is pushing, HD movie downloads,
Yeah.
and they make
I
mad
need to
money
get
off of
closer.
that stuff.
Yeah.
They
Where are
don't.
you?
I mean, they are. I get the feeling like in
I
general,
swear to you,
the whole
I
Microsoft
didn't see
business
that
is all about
at all.
getting away from disc-based media. I mean, with Xbox Live Arcade, downloadable stuff, with downloading TV shows, renting movies. I would be surprised if the next Microsoft console has anything more than a DVD drive.
I don't know, dude.
I personally, and I think Microsoft feels the same way. I think discs are played.
I
Putting
can't test
discs
that
into
yet.
stuff to use content.
I see where you're coming from because I'm a big fan of stuff like Steam.
Yeah.
And I think Xbox Live Arcade and PlayStation Network are awesome. But at the same time,
I
those
didn't
Blu-ray
see
discs
that
look
at all.
pretty good. And now
At
that it's
all.
the dominating format, I mean, there are going to be people that just aren't set up to take advantage of online
Dude, they're
downloads.
everywhere.
And for those people, there's always going to be a need for disc-based distribution.
But what, you know,
Uh,
how does that ever benefit Microsoft?
you.
It eats into their
Yeah.
downloadable movie rental business. They have to pay Sony a buttload of money
To license
the Blu-ray thing.
player,
They have to
yeah.
manufacture the Blu-ray player. They have to do all this R&D to get it to play nice with the the existing Xbox software. And they are, and I imagine they probably already got
Dude,
burnt
no.
doing all
the
that
HD
for the
DVD
HD
stuff.
DVD already. Although I also have to imagine that Toshiba probably subsidized a good portion of that stuff anyways. But
I'm out
Yeah.
of range.
Sony has no desire to do that, frankly, because there are
They
no
would rather you
incentive.
go buy a PlayStation 3.
Because just go buy a damn PS3, sir.
But there are different divisions of Sony, and while SCEA or Sony Computer Entertainment would much rather you go buy a PlayStation 3, the Blu-ray division wants as many Blu-ray players out there as possible. And
need
I
a
imagine they will
charger.
cut deals with whoever, whenever, just to get that installed base up so that the movies
Get
start
this.
selling more and they start picking up all the licensing fee from the movies. So there's definitely a benefit to Sony to making all that stuff happen. And it might be enough for them to make it worth Microsoft's while. But I agree with you that Microsoft's position is
Fallout.
definitely moving more and more online. And I think that they've done really well with that stuff.
Yeah.
But I have, other than one time when I accidentally rented Norbit,
That was awesome. In HD, no
I
less.
get to see that
no
movie.
less.
That's anywhere free, right?
and bought 5. Yeah. Oh god. Anyway, other than one time when I screwed up and accidentally rented Norbit,
Uh-huh.
which I didn't actually watch.
You watched some of it.
I watched some of it and went, ooh man,
This is terrible.
this is god damn Eddie Murphy. Wait,
It's an affront to man.
yeah. I have not purchased anything from the video marketplace, and I would much rather get a disc than a rental. I don't even rent movies. I don't have a Netflix account.
Yeah.
I don't believe in it.
Yeah.
It's something where it's something that Greg Kazavin and I would always be totally firm on. Is this concept of just like you want to watch something, go out and buy it. Forget this rental crap. It's like you want something, just go get it, and just have this ridiculous movie collection like that. And that's
And which is why you have a whole bunch of movies you've never watched.
right. That's the other awesome thing is
Is
that
you've spent
I've purchased
hundreds and thousands of dollars, hundreds if thousands,
hundreds of thousands
hundreds if
these
thousands
lanyards.
on stupid movies that you never watched. So I think in this
So what's
regard, you are
happening?
proving exactly why the downloadable rental thing is
Why
the
aren't
right
some
way
of
to
these
go.
Oh
creatures
yeah,
just littering?
it's way smarter, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna do it.
Sure. I mean, I get your perspective. Yeah, a lot of people prefer to own. There's plenty of movies that I would like to
Okay.
own.
Oh,
a copy
there's
of,
an,
but
there,
there's
I
plenty
have
right?
a new
I can watch that once and then never see
point.
it again. I don't need that taking up shelf space.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Eventually, I'll come around, and that stuff will probably make more
Cost
sense. But for now, I'm pretty psyched to buy some
We're
more
at
Blu-ray
34.
discs.
I mean, if you could buy these HD movies for download, would you?
No,
I don't
because they
know.
would take up space on something forever. To me, hard drive space
Yo,
is more
what is-
valuable than shelf space.
All right, let me reload this.
Being a homeowner and having a lot of room in a garage and all that kind of
Why is it
crap.
gonna be
Yeah, see,
there?
I'm living in an apartment, so if I can get rid of all those damn shelves full of discs and whatnot that I have,
Yeah.
Still,
I'd be happy.
Like I did that with CDs a while
Not
ago.
happy.
Like ripped all my CDs and trashed them.
Yeah.
And by trashed, I mean sold them to a CD store,
a compact disc retailer
a compact disc retailer,
and rebuyer.
Yes. So I eventually made the jump with music
It's
to where
too
I
far
don't
away.
feel bad about buying stuff off of iTunes, though.
I'm out
At
of
the same
range.
time, I would rather buy it off like Amazon because those just straight up MP3s.
I've started
iTunes
doing
is-
that.
Yeah,
I've started going to Amazon because all their stuff is DRM free and cheaper.
yeah, and cheaper.
The way that stuff is working, and it's got a nice
2 hours,
OS
4
10,
minutes.
nice download client and everything. So it's a pretty clean interface, and then it'll actually automatically import into iTunes. It knows how to do all that stuff. So it's like an extra step beyond what you do through the iTunes store, but getting it completely DRM free all the time is pretty sweet.
But at the same time, I think I would still rather buy the CD so that I can have control over it.
It's too
What
far
I
away.
just-
How I rip it, how it goes.
I am an impatient cat.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that always gets me is it's like, oh, I want to
Right.
get the CD. Oh, I'm not going to wait to order it from Amazon, or I'm not going to go to buy to a store if I can just click over here on my computer that I'm already sitting in front of and hit go.
Yeah, I mean, I think that what they need to do is start figuring out solutions where I can go to a site like Amazon or something and say, I want this album, I want it on CD, but I also want it now, and maybe they charge me like $2 extra or something like that, so I can download all the MP3s and then they send the disc normally. Like that seems like it'd be awesome. Like the extra money would cover the bandwidth. Okay, so perfect example. I ordered the Goldie Lookin' Chain album off of Amazon UK.
Sure.
It's not coming out in the US. It probably never will because it's the GLC.
Rightfully so.
We're like 2 of the 7 people that live on this continent.
Know what that even means.
Know what that means.
Boy, clot.
And yeah, it's I didn't want to pay like £9 for shipping, so I got the slow shipping, and now it's going to take me over a week to get this damn CD.
Whereas if it was made available online,
What is
somehow,
happening with the
you could have it immediately.
models?
Yeah, again,
And part of me wants to like, go
spazzing
look
out.
at torrent sites and see if I can find it, because I would feel totally justified in downloading it because I already paid for it.
Paid money for this. I own a copy.
It's like I legally own
Nice.
this. I just want to hear it now. So that's super frustrating. But then again, like they're like self-releasing this album because they got dropped from their label and everything like that. So it's like I don't even think that they're gonna make it into the iTunes UK store with this thing,
Which you couldn't even use.
which I couldn't even use even if they did. So it's just I don't know. It's just
I think discs are played. I think physical media is totally played out. That's kind of my overall perspective on this, and that's where I'm coming from on all these fronts.
There it is.
I am happy paying for what is basically information. I do not have to pay for the physical thing that the information is coming on. I don't really care about that anymore.
yeah.
Because I don't look at CDs while I listen to stuff. I'm driving my car. I've got my iPod plugged in.
I mean, yeah. The first thing I do with the CD is rip it and then throw the CD somewhere and never see it again.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
But it's just nice knowing that I have that in case there's a hard drive crash, in case there's something else weird going on.
3 per second line of
I just
combat.
back up everything. I just have it on a second location.
Pshaw.
I know, crazy. Well, we spent way too much time talking about that. Let's get on to our next question from Guillermo in Tijuana, Mexico. That's how Mexicans say Mexico.
Last of the Mohicans.
Yep. He wants to know about HDMI cables that we use for our TVs here. He asked about for his TV specifically, and wants to know about if we have any HDMI brands or anything.
Monster.
Yeah,
Just
totally.
go with the Monster name, dude. It's like $9,000, but totally worth it.
Yeah, let's tell this little story. When we went and bought kind of our first wave of gear for this office, we were at a big box retailer.
I should
I
repair.
don't know if we can say the name of it.
Oh, you
here.
mean the Best Buy?
Yeah. We were there and we were buying TV sets we were buying consoles and stuff. And we said, we're going to need some HDMI cables for these bad boys. And let's see what they have in stock here. And everything was insanely priced. Everything
Even
was
the regular
ridiculous.
store brand was still like $60
like
for.
I think $40 was the cheapest for like a 6-foot HDMI cable that we saw in that store.
And the ones they put
Always
near
also
the game
missing,
consoles are always the most expensive ones.
Yeah, they're the worst ones as far as the value of your price. I will tell people where I've been getting mine. I guess I feel like kind of plugging these guys. Monoprice.com. You can get HDMI cables there for like a 6-foot HDMI cable for like $4.
That's ridiculous.
And guess what? They work awesome. Like I've seen online people doing crazy
Comparisons.
wavelength comparisons for like the purity of signal over various lengths, these things compare totally toe to toe with the most high-end Monster brand stuff that's out there.
Yeah.
So don't let yourself get played by retailers that are charging ridiculous prices for HDMI cables because they somehow think that they can.
Yeah, I totally
that.
pay like $70 for like a 5-foot or 4-foot HDMI cable last year because I needed one right that minute, and I knew I was getting bent over in the process, but I needed it that bad. And
it's just cables. They're always since the beginning of time, cables has been one of those things that they screw you on because they can try and tell you, these are the premium ones.
Gold tips, dude.
The ones we have are gold tipped ferrite cores. They have all the same premium the same premium features that Monster
Also,
not
to overplug this site, but they let you choose what color you want the cables to be.
Yeah, they have a variety of colors. I have blue ones.
I have orange ones.
Jeff has orange ones. They're going to be offering purple ones in the near future.
Man,
we
should have waited.
You get discounts for buying more than 2. Like they have various
weird.
various
Yeah,
volumes. So yeah, I honestly, my experience with them have been great. They're good, fast shipping. Monoprice.com. If you are in the market for HDMI or really any cable, they have like crazy, all sorts of other ridiculous.
I
cables
actually need a bunch
too.
of really weird cables.
They
right now.
would
So
probably
I
have your
might
back if you need like 20-foot parallel port cables or something.
Do I? Got this
Monoprice.com.
dot matrix printer in the other room.
Monoprice.com.
Gotta get it jacked in, man. LPT2, son.
Hit the dip switches.
Word.
So that's answer your question.
Yeah. So
Guillermo.
the other awesome thing about our equipment run is we went and bought Xbox
We were able to
360
hold them all.
arcades
Oh yeah, talk about that.
because we have hard drives and all that other
Good
stuff. Like I
size
bring in my
meter,
hard drive every
okay.
day because it has my account, and my saves on it. We don't need pros. We don't need elites over here because
Yeah, we just
these
need
have
arcades.
HDMI. We
Oh,
don't
come
need
on,
I actually
nothing
am
here?
kind of into the arcade packs.
It's a
Like when
shame.
we broke it open, it's like, hey, this isn't what you get for the price is pretty good. You get the 256 meg card. You don't get the hard drive, which is
Right,
obviously the
this-
big
Yeah.
missing
That's
point. But it has the
What?
HDMI port on it, like all of them do at this point.
right.
All the currently manufactured
Right,
ones do.
concern is
It has a wireless
version.
controller.
Like the smoking rules
You know,
will
the other
attack
bummer is that
us.
it only comes with composite cables,
Yeah.
so not even components. So if you want to do any HD, you're gonna have to pony up for something. But yeah, for our needs in here, I thought it was pretty.
Yeah, it was
Pretty
perfect. It was
And then
pretty
you also
much
get that disc
That-
that has the 5
that's
Xbox
probably
Live
why.
Arcade games on it. So that's
Yeah,
a little extra
Pac-Man
bonus.
Champions
Y'all just have a
Yeah,
head.
one of the best Xbox Live Arcade
Y'all
games
just
out
got to
there.
do
Yeah.
Ted right there.
So Ryan opened his up and hooked his up a lot sooner than I hooked up mine.
Yeah, like within a couple days.
But like at some point last
Come
week,
down
I
here,
finally busted
pick this
mine open and
quest up.
started hooking it up.
Turn my quest
And
in
when I got to
here.
the bottom of the box,
Yeah.
empty, no power supply.
Oh, but you need that for to making it go.
That you need. That is not something. I thought for a sec like, are these so stripped down that they don't even come with power? What the hell's going on?
That would be insane.
Yeah. Someone had busted open that box or something and jacked that.
And then you said you realized afterwards that like it didn't have the bag on the console and like all the paperwork was on top of it. So
Yeah,
was
like it
apparently
had
someone
obviously
had-
been opened. Someone had obviously rooted through there and jacked it out. I don't know if they were so brazen as to just take it and do that on the floor at the store, or if they bought it, jacked it, returned it.
Well, the Best Buy people were all claiming, well, we never sell stuff that's been open for consoles.
It's like, yeah, well, guess what?
Check this out. And I remember thinking back when we first bought it because we were buying such a volume of stuff. It was easy for something like that to slip through.
Yeah,
I thought, oh, the little label, the little sticker that they used to seal the box shut was a bit loose. I was thinking maybe there was something, but then I also thought maybe the dude had opened it up to look at the cereal or something because he couldn't see it through the little stupid window.
yeah.
But either way, we had to go back because of that awesome.
And that's always the worst possible situation for
Totally.
returning something of like,
Totally.
hey, this thing that I took out of your store, that's supposed to be in here, isn't in here, because they immediately think, dude, you just jacked it. You totally stole that disc. Like I've bought movies and games and popped open the case and had there be nothing in there.
Yeah.
And it's the most depressing thing in the world because you're fighting such an uphill battle.
Yeah, but I was also ready to throw down.
I mean, we did have that receipt that had, like $2,000 worth of weird equipment on it.
Yeah.
So it's a lot easier at that point to say, look, dude,
Do I really look like I'm trying to con you
like
here?
with this much money we just spent in here, we're really looking to jack you for this $20 power
Thing.
cable.
Yeah. No, we're not. And they eventually once they figured out that the
Yeah,
serial
they
numbers
like
matched,
stared at the serial numbers for like an hour.
I think it took like 18
different people,
customer service
yeah.
people to.
Like, wait a minute, this serial number doesn't match. That's because there's 2 on there.
That was confusing the hell out of them. They couldn't
Yeah,
deal with
that's
that.
because we bought 2 Xboxes. Xboxing.
Let's see here. Next question comes from Trey Pierce in Plano, Texas. Trey.
Yeah, Trey.
Trey has the question that has been burning in the minds of men like Jeff and I. He wants to know about deleting achievements for Xbox 360 games, games where he has either no or very few achievements. His issue is that he has 6,425 out of 18,455 possible points. And I know where he's coming from on this. And
Completion percentage.
completion percentage, for me, is the number that really matters, far more so than overall score at this point.
Oh, is there an entrance up here?
I don't care.
You don't care. I care.
I think my maximum total
I'm out
right
of
now
range.
is over 200,000. Like if I went and played all the games I have played so far,
Damn.
I could have 200,000.
Mine is I'm at about 45% completion rate, so it's like 100 plus.
That ability isn't ready yet.
This was something that was speculated during previous dashboard updates.
Yeah, the last dashboard update actually at least made it so that when you're playing demo versions of Xbox Live Arcade games, those no longer show up. Those no longer get added to your profile.
Yeah.
So they took that step. But the other thing is they said at the time that you would be able to erase games from your profile.
Like to you.
Yes, to me directly. I posed the question and said, dude.
You said, hey, Xbox.
We need to be able to take this stuff off, man.
Xbox said, oh, yeah.
I said, oh, yeah, that'll be in there. But that was a miscommunication.
That's still recharging.
And it did not make it into the update. I wouldn't be surprised if this is something that they eventually did add. At least the ability to remove your 0-point games. I don't know that they would. I think that that's where they could draw the line.
And that seems reasonable.
Yeah. If you've earned achievements in that game, then no.
Then no dice.
Because I imagine erasing points from your profile is probably a hassle on the back end.
Yeah, I'm sure that makes things ridiculously complicated. But so yeah, no official word. There have been rumors and miscommunications to that effect in the past. I would love to see that.
Yeah, I have a bunch of weird stuff on my profile that I could get rid of.
That I wouldn't mind wiping clean stuff that I popped in for 10 minutes. Said, all right, that's enough of that.
Yep.
So that's there answers your question there, sir. Thank you for writing, Trey. All right, here's a good question. This comes in from a reader or a listener, user,
Person.
a player.
Ideally a human. We're thinking human.
We're going to go with human. Or, you know what? A metalhead
I
writes
fooled
in
myself.
Hesher writes in.
from New Jersey and says...
Dirty Jers.
There's no Carl's Jr.'s and thus no Captain Crunch milkshakes in Jersey. So he went rogue and made his own.
Dude!
And he said it was awesome. His question is, what other cereal do you think would make a good milkshake?
Trix.
You'd go fruit flavored?
I think a Trix would be good.
You know what? That's what I wanted, actually.
Like Frosted Flakes or Corn Flakes.
I guess I would go for something chocolatey.
Like a Cocoa Puff?
A Cocoa Puff.
Cookie Crisp, maybe?
A Cookie Crisp could be good, although then that's kind of a weird line of a milkshake made out of breakfast cereal that's supposed to be like cookies.
I guess you just have a chocolate chip shake.
Yeah, okay.
And then you're a hair away from Oreo shakes, which they've already done.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
the well-worn Oreo shake pathway.
Yawn.
There we go.
You know what? I'm gonna kick this up another level. Here's what I want to see.
All right.
I want to see the Rice Krispie treat milkshake.
Yeah.
Throw some Rice Krispie treats in there with all the
throw
other
some Rice
horrible
Krispies
stuff.
And some marshmallows.
No, it's got to be the treat.
Let it do its thing.
No, it's got to be the treat because it's got to already have the melted down marshmallow.
Yeah, all right.
In it. You don't want to just throw a whole marshmallow. You just have chunks of marshmallow hanging out in your milkshake.
Marshmallows are weird.
They are. They are. So if you just got one of those coming up your pipe, that'd be no good.
I think you're eating marshmallows incorrectly, sir.
Or maybe you are. Jerk.
Next question.
Actually, Jeff, there are no more questions. We're going to call that the end of our question segment.
All right, fantastic.
So thanks for everyone who wrote in. If you didn't get read on the podcast, keep trying. Keep come up with better questions.
Coming to bombcast@giantbomb.com.
Yeah, we totally neglected this week to come up with a contest for our Xbox 360 HD DVD drive.
But just think, the longer we delay on this, the more valuable this amazing piece of rare technology becomes.
You'll be able to think back and be nostalgic about early 2008. Remember back then when
HD DVD drives was everywhere.
When you could still
60
buy
pieces.
HD DVDs regularly and not in weird bargain basement bins.
They still haven't hit that bargain basement level.
Sorry.
That's a bummer. Although since
you're broke.
Mine broke. I'm free.
You're
the shackles of HD DVD have been lifted from me.
Now it's me just wondering, did Fletch ever come out?
That's a good thing to wonder.
It would have come out last week.
I don't even have one.
That's it for emails.
I would have.
That's it for new releases. That's it for.
We got
I sent to the
shouts,
right character.
Phil for the music.
Oh yeah, I want to thank Phil who provided our wicked awesome new theme music.
Yeah.
We tortured him with various vague requests of what we wanted to sound like.
No man, more electronic-y.
And then he produced something, and then we said, no, we're not going to use that. We're going to use the thing you showed us first.
But yeah, the other music will show up.
We will use it, and want to thank him for that.
And also, happy birthday to Destructoid. They just turned 2.
Well, good for them. I like those guys in their weird metal helmet.
Are not doing that.
Yeah, their sweet metal helmet. And
embrace.
Ron Workman is a real
Right.
This morning, I totally set off the alarm in the office.
Oh,
yeah,
I can
way to
get
go on
portals
that.
now.
So that was
Still
sweet.
must do-
And saw Mickey Dolenz.
Still
Are
have
those are those two things connected?
God, maybe I was so distracted because I was walking across the street coming to the office from parking my car, and as I was crossing the street, walking the other way was what I believe to be in my heart of hearts Mickey Dolenz
I wonder.
with his
Hang on.
Of the monkeys.
of the monkeys with his tight ponytail and his scrunchy
So
face.
it's two hands. Well, I have a two
And I
hand.
was
I
so
can't equip
thinking
an
about,
offhand,
wow, was
right?
that Mickey? That was totally Mickey Dolenz. And I
And
was
then you
coming
set
in,
off the
this.
and I
alarm.
totally was distracted, and I set off the alarm, and then
Yeah.
the cops
That's
showed
a
up, and
that's a big boost.
then they left.
And then it left.
And it was less dramatic than I'd hoped it was,
Oh, but-
Yeah, when you called me to tell me you would set off the alarm, you sounded very grim.
You're saying,
It's like, hey man, are you going to be here soon? I just set off the
yes,
alarm.
needed for the process.
oh, well, that's why you'd be here so that we could, if we could
Right,
shoot
yeah, no, I know,
something.
but still, it had a very grim sound to it.
Do not lose faith.
Well, I wasn't sure because it was
Pretty-
terrifying because when I'm down here, like, I put in the wrong number on the alarm, and then it started going off, and there's this horrible loud noise at the other end of the room. I'm like, oh god, stop! And I start hitting other buttons, and then like it like the panel starts beeping at me. And I'm like, there's all these noises.
There it is. I'm like,
I'm not ready yet for this to happen. I just have my morning drink still, and so I had to run upstairs and ask people to.
It's a very like Neil from the
So,
Young Ones moment of just machines hating you.
Yeah, it's happening again.
All right,
Techno fear.
Techno Fear.
600.
So
here.
that'll do
Cool.
it for the Giant Bombcast. Thanks for listening, and
Alright.
We'll be back next week.
What's
yeah,
this?
see ya.
Done.
Twice that. This heals me how much again? 60. It's actually not very good at this point. This is how much? So not tell me how much. It's fine. Let's just get this. Train. What? Train. Damage magic used against the target for you emperor. Oh. Okay. Dampens magic use again. Yeah, I think I want this. It's defensive and slow fall. I want that too.
Good head.
Portal
Long
trainer.
Arcanon Poros.
As mage, you are able to select groups. As mage, you're one of the select group that can conjure portals to transport you back. Oh, fudge cakes. 20 and 40, dude. What?
Blessings
fine.
upon your family.
Uh-huh. Oh, one
I
vendor.
hope you find something useful.
All right, yeah, I know.
Remember
They're
the
expensive.
lessons of the past.
All right, let's get out of here. Let's see. Map. So, teleport back here. Run up here tomorrow. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Oh, goodness. So yeah, we're gonna teleport back here, do this tomorrow. No. I should go check this out. There's probably something in here, but that's for tomorrow. Or later today, however you want to look at it. Not bad, we got another level in, and half to the next one as well. So we're on our way to 13. Right? Yeah, we're on the way to 13. We're a long way away. Long ways away from hitting current content. But it is what it is. Hopefully, I'm not gonna get sick again or have a headache or migraine next couple of days. Double check. No more talent points. We're good to go on that. I can work on these now. Reduce the casting time. Frost warden. It's actually not bad. Ice Shard. Use critical strike damage and frost. Oh, that's nice. Frostbite. Extinguish with chill effects on second. Oh, I like Ice Shard. Permafrost. What's Frost Nova do? Is that even on my abilities? I probably haven't learned it yet, so I doubt it. Yeah, no. Okay. Wait, there's Mage Train right here. I can look it up. Frost Nova. Nova.
Blessings upon you.
Frostbolt at level 14, so I'm a level away from. I'm level 12. 2 levels from that. Blizzard at 20. Frost Nova. Okay, so I'm not worried about that anytime soon. Like, it's gonna be a while, and I clearly don't have the money for these things. So we want at 14 is 84 to 82 damage. That's not bad. Is the slowdown the same? 40%. Okay. Ice armor. Frostbolt 10 is 3 gold. Okay. It's a long way away. Level 56. It's a long way away. And I guess there's no spells after level 60. Alright. Let me go
Favor
back.
the road traveled by few.
Hang in at the inn. Right, there's no other griffins. Just the one here. One over there, I mean.
Warm wishes to you. Dionys Aka.
Did I click on him? Okay. Alrighty, with that said and done, we're out for the night. See ya. What are you, Paladin?